Welcome to this note. Look, whether you're a complete beginner trying to break into the tech space, an entrepreneur building a SaaS startup, or a freelancer looking to scale up that digital income, you are in the exact right place. Before we jump into all the incredible AI tools and automated workflows coming up, this specific note acts as your professional onboarding. Think of it as a masterclass in setting up mutual trust and clear expectations for your entire learning journey. We're going to map out the foundational framework and educational boundaries of W3 Notes right here, right now, so you can innovate, scale, and build your digital wealth with total confidence.
Now, you might be asking yourself, why start with a disclaimer? I know, usually, disclaimers are just walls of dry legal jargon that we all blindly scroll past to get to the good stuff. But let's shift your mindset right here at the starting line. We aren't doing this to bore you, I promise. We're doing this to establish a highly transparent, safe, and professional ecosystem for you to actually thrive in. By clearly defining the rules of engagement up front, we take out the guesswork, allowing you to focus entirely on learning, building, and monetizing your knowledge in the modern digital economy.
So let's look at what this foundational framework actually is. It is definitely not a mere formality. It's a structural agreement that ensures transparency, establishes clear boundaries, protects you as a user, and maintains responsible, ethical educational delivery. Basically, this framework is the vital foundation that empowers everything you do with the tutorials, process breakdowns, and resources on this platform. It's the solid ground you'll use to build future-ready skills and launch real-world projects.
Okay, let's dive into this. To make things super clear and actionable, we're structuring this mentorship session around 5 core pillars: our educational purpose, the crucial boundary of no professional advice, your autonomy and accountability, the reality of accuracy in evolving tech, and finally, moving forward empowered. Mastering these 5 pillars will set you up for absolute success as an independent builder.
Section 1 is educational purpose, and it's really the core intent behind our content. The very first pillar we need to establish is the why of W3 Notes. Every single piece of content you encounter here is meticulously designed to do one thing: simplify complex topics. Whether we're breaking down AI integrations, e-commerce models, or modern web architectures, the intent is strictly educational. We're here to help you, whether you're a beginner or an advanced user, build practical, actionable knowledge you can take directly into the real world.
Let's see how this shapes our relationship with you as a learner. On one side, we have what W3 Notes actually is. We're your learning companion and your knowledge guide. Think of us as your friendly mentor and industry expert showing you the ropes. On the flip side is what we are explicitly not. We are not a regulatory institution or a certification authority. It's crystal clear. We guide your understanding, help you solve problems, and show you exactly how systems work. But we aren't a professional licensing body handing out official accreditations.
I absolutely love this guiding principle. The goal is empowerment through education, not substitution of official professional guidance. It really hits the nail on the head. True empowerment comes from mastering foundational concepts. When you truly understand how automation works or how a digital business scales, you become incredibly capable of creating your own opportunities. But it's super important not to confuse our educational models and simplified examples for certified, personalized guidance tailored to your specific legal or financial life.
Which brings us nicely to Section 2, No Professional Advice. We call this the critical boundary clause. Having just established that our core purpose is educational empowerment, we must firmly establish the absolute boundaries of the information provided in these notes. Knowing exactly where that line is drawn protects both your ambitious projects and your peace of mind.
So, the crucial point here is understanding what falls outside our scope. W3 Notes explicitly does not cover legal advice, financial advice, medical or psychological advice, professional consulting, or regulatory recommendations. If you're building a SaaS startup and need tax compliance help, or you're structuring a contract for a high-ticket freelance client, you must always consult a licensed practitioner. Our content might spark a brilliant, highly profitable idea, but it does not replace the lawyer or accountant you need to execute it legally and safely.
Let's contrast these two concepts to really hammer this home. Educational interpretation, which is what we provide at W3 Notes, is amazing for learning systems, exploring new AI tools, and grasping the broader digital transformation. However, high-stakes decisions that affect your health, your finances, or your legal standing, those fundamentally require verified professional guidance from certified practitioners. Think of our educational insight as the spark and professional guidance as your safety check. You need both to build a sustainable business, but they serve entirely different purposes.
Moving right along to Section 3, Autonomy and Accountability. This is where we shift the spotlight entirely onto you.
This pillar is all about your responsibility, your critical thinking, and your role as the ultimate decision maker. In the modern tech landscape, your autonomy is literally your greatest asset.
Consider this super simple 3-step workflow for independent learning. Step 1, you choose how to apply the information. Step 2, you decide what to implement and what to ignore. And Step 3, you are accountable for the outcomes. While our content is a highly structured, industry-grade guide, you hold the power. Whether you're using a new AI tool for a freelance gig or deploying a system map for your startup, the implementation and the incredible success or potential learning curves that follow belongs entirely to you.
And because you are firmly in the driver's seat, we have to look at the flip side of that coin. W3 Notes cannot assume liability for misinterpretation of the content, incorrect application, financial decisions, or technical implementation errors. We don't guarantee specific results simply because we aren't right there at the keyboard with you. Our job is to guide your thinking and give you the best possible conceptual models for growth and monetization. Your job is to execute them thoughtfully and responsibly.
Section 4 tackles what we call the reality clause, accuracy in evolving tech. We have to acknowledge the sandbox we're playing in. The modern digital economy and the technology that drives it simply do not stand still.
While we strive for highly accurate, professionally structured content, absolute, permanent accuracy is, well, it's impossible. Why is that? Just think about the factors at play here. Information becomes outdated. Technology rapidly evolves. Just think about how fast AI tools and SaaS platforms change month to month. There are also contextual variations depending on where you are in the world, and sometimes external sources just outright contradict each other. The technological landscape is a moving target, and our content reflects a snapshot of the best practices at the exact time of creation.
Which leads us to this golden rule. Information evolves. Always verify through official, authoritative, external sources. Think of our notes as your conceptual guide and your simplified learning reference. They get you 90% of the way there by breaking down the complex architecture and showing you the potential. But for that final 10%, especially for high-stakes, real-world implementations that involve your revenue or operations, independent verification is absolutely crucial. Always check the official documentation, the latest software updates, or current compliance standards.
Finally, Section 5, Moving Forward Empowered. We've covered the boundaries, the reality of tech, and your role as an autonomous builder. Now it's time to celebrate this newly established mutual understanding and respect between W3 Notes and you, the learner.
Now, what's really interesting about this slide is how this framework serves a beautiful dual purpose. On one hand, this disclaimer protects you, the user, by clarifying the purely educational nature of the content so you know exactly what you're getting. On the other hand, it protects the platform by defining usage boundaries and limitations. By maintaining this clear, responsible relationship, we create a safe, thriving ecosystem where everyone can just focus on what really matters: learning, innovating, and building wealth.
We want you to walk away from this onboarding with absolute clarity. W3 Notes is deeply committed to delivering structured, industry-grade education, but we do so intentionally, within clearly defined professional limitations. This commitment ensures that the mentorship and guidance you receive here remains a sustainable, highly reliable resource for your ongoing digital transformation and your entrepreneurial journey.
So, I leave you with this final thought. Are you ready to continue exploring and building your knowledge responsibly? Now that we've laid this strong, transparent foundation together, the real fun begins. You're stepping into this ecosystem smarter, highly capable, and fully aware of how to navigate the information. Dive into the educational resources, apply your critical thinking, and embrace total empowerment. It's time to build, create opportunities, and thrive in the digital economy. Let's get to work.